What's up guys, Zinigami here. We're gonna go through 30 stamina Franky! Now, we're gonna be using a free-to-play team to start out, but I will be showing a bunch of different teams, including my recommended team, which is probably double Taonami is your best shot. If you have your best leads for a free-to-play team are either a Buggy for 2x attack, or Croc if you're lucky enough to get one to drop. Because Croc is just like Buggy, where he does 2x attack, but he also reduces your damage taken by 10%. This is the team we're using, and while we're going through, I'll be talking about why we're using the characters we're using. The first thing you need to know is that the secret stage for Franky, which could show up on any stage except for the second to last stage and the boss stage himself, is Kiwi and Mozu, Franky's two sister ladies. Now, Kiwi and Mozu, they're two int characters that'll show up, and they're not that difficult to deal with. This first stage, you want to do the regular thing, hit all the guys around the outside, and then kill the guys and get as many turns off as you can. The girl with a 13 turn cooldown, she should never hit you because she has like 1 hit point. If you do anything to her, she just crumbles. 1 hit point, great, right? The reason we're bringing characters like Helmeppo and the Rainbow Dragon. First of all, the Rainbow Dragon is a great int character, actually, especially if you have a lower level team. Rainbow Dragon already has a 400 attack points. Super great, super great. But the Rainbow Dragon does something very important, in that the Rainbow Dragon reduces all the damage, reduces their defense by half. It is going to be very important for Franky, because Franky has a lot of armor. So we'll be using the Rainbow Dragon as one way to get rid of his armor. We'll also be using Helmeppo as another way. It depends on how many turns you can stall out. If you can, you want to stall out for Helmeppo because he will reduce their armor down to 0. Otherwise, the Rainbow Dragon is easy enough for most people to get. You can get the Rainbow Dragon whenever Dragon Island comes around on Thursdays, I want to say, before I'm incorrect. It could either Thursday or Friday. I can never remember what day dragons are around. We're going to take out all the guys, stall really slowly. Your health is only important that you need to stay over 4k until you get to the stage before Franky. Because there's actually going to be 2 Franky fights. There's going to be the fight before Franky, and then Franky himself, both of which are Frankies. Now, Franky only can drop once. You can't get double Franky drops. Only the boss Franky will ever drop himself. The stage before Franky is just a Franky fight, and he will do a preemptive attack for 4,000 damage. After that, he won't attack for 4 turns, and you should be able to... Hey, speaking of secret stages, here we go. Normally this stage would just be another units plus fodder unit stage. Nothing really exciting. Kiwi Mozu does do a preemptive attack for 2.5k, or 3.5... No, 2.5k. And then they have a 1-turn cooldown. You should be able to take out at least one of them per turn. If you wish, and if you have it variable, I would actually recommend you use Mr. 3 or someone here if you can't take him out in 1 turn. Just that way you make sure you have your 4k health whenever you hit that Franky. You don't want to let your hit points get too low here. You can also use Mr. 3 once you actually hit Franky himself, but ideally we're going to kill Franky within the first or second turns. If we last longer than that, Franky can be a bit of trouble. Because when Franky attacks, his first attack will actually silence both your captains for 1 turn, and then he'll attack every other turn after that. So a team like Double Vista, although you have lots of health, remember Double Vista's extra health doesn't actually work well on Franky, because once Franky attacks you, whenever he silences your captains, you lose all that extra health. So a Double Vista team, even though it looks like you'll have like 50,000 hit points, you actually lose most of your hit points whenever Franky silences you. So if you have your Vista and you want to use Vista as captain, what I would recommend is a Vista and a Taonami lead, most likely. So here's our 4k preemptive damage, and now you have 4 turns to wait. And first thing we're gonna do is we're just gonna get him as low as we can. We're gonna get him to about 20% health, 25% health, and then we want him to sit there. Like, I want him to sit right there. Because what we're gonna do is, for the next couple turns, we're just gonna look for food. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what orbs you have, because on a boss stage, Franky will swap all your orbs around and leave you with either empty or int orbs. Psi orbs. So you either have Psi orbs or you'll have empty orbs, which is why I'm bringing my friend Taonami. Friend Taonami, or at least one Taonami, is really nice, because then you get to keep all your... You can swap your orbs around to perfect matching orbs. And now we'll kill Franky, take him out, and we're ready for Franky's orb swapping. Ba-da-ba-bum! Super strong right! Ba-ba-bum. Alright, so we've got 3 orbs. Really nice. I am going to just use all my specials right now. So it's he actually switches either tandem orbs or in orbs or empty. I might as well use Mr. 3. I don't need to. I'm going to use it just in case we make an oopsie. And since we have our matching orbs right now, if you have Robin, you want to use it on one of these turns. If you have a Robin and high enough level characters, you don't actually need to use any defense reduction. You can just use Robin special and kill him. Don Krieg does poison, but Franky has a lot of hit points, and Don Krieg's poison will not do enough to actually hurt him that much. And you can't use 2 defense reductions at the same time. You can only use 1 defense reduction. So Helmeppo reduces his defense to 0. So Helmeppo's preferred. And now we can actually you can actually see Franky's health going down. Normally, if you're just attacking him, your first couple attacks will just do no damage at all to him. Your first 3 or 4 attacks will just do 0 damage because he has so much hit points. There you go. That's it. Easy kill. If you bring Helmeppo, it cuts its defense to 0. Quite good. If you bring a character like Hawkins or the Rainbow Dragon, it cuts his defense by half. Not as good as Helmeppo, but Hawkins and the Rainbow Dragon have a much shorter cooldown than Helmeppo does. I mean, Hawkins and the Rainbow Dragon has a much shorter cooldown than Helmeppo. So those are both characters, very, very good. Ideally, the way you choose your teams for most of these only allowed 1 type of team islands are you just sort by color and then pick your 5 int characters. Because a lot of people don't have that many int characters. Now most of you guys should have your int characters maxed out or at least close to max. Because of all the purple turtle times you've been hitting up on Mondays, right? Some other characters I'm just going to look at right now, and then we'll show, after this you'll see all the videos of me doing different teams, is that Vista and Taonami are your best leads for this island ideally, or Rayleigh if you're so lucky you have a Rayleigh. A single Rayleigh or a double Rayleigh, both excellent leads. They work just like Taonami, they're very, very high attack characters. Your version 1 Nami lead is okay, just because you have it. Ideally, you would not have your Nami evolve to version 1. You want to leave your Nami as Mirage Tempo Nami. Don't evolve your Mirage Tempo Nami. Buggy and Brainpoint Chopper together will get you orbs. Buggy and Brainpoint Chopper will get you 3 matching orbs at a minimum. And you can also use Suru. If you bring Lady Suru, she can heal 2,000 damage. After that stage, the mini-boss Franky does 4,000 damage. Lady Suru will heal 2,000 of that immediately. Anyways, guys, enjoy the other teams that I have. Ivan Zenigami, good luck farming your Franky. Franky Island. Franky himself is a decent sub. Decent Psi sub and decent Psi lead. Shanks and Garp just blow him out of the water as leads. But if you don't have a Shanks, you don't have a Garp, Franky makes a decent Psi lead. Or you don't have a Marco, Franky makes a decent Psi lead. You can use them for those purple turtles. You can get Shanks books. You can get Vista books. And those 2 are the 2 most important ones. Shanks books, Vista books. You can also get Tashigi books. But now that we have Rob Lucci out, most people shouldn't need Tashigi books. You can get Hammer Usopp books, but it's not the same thing as to Impact Out Usopp. Hammer Usopp and Impact Out Usopp have different abilities. They don't work together. You can get Kiwi and Mozu books, but those characters are just kind of filler characters. Kiwi and Mozu you won't really be using. So farm for Frankies, farm for Shanks books, farm for Vista books. Ivan Zenigami, and y'all stay beautiful.